All right. We made it. It is November 2nd, which means that we are full on in the fourth quarter. And that is exciting. And it is something to mention. And it is something to make ourselves aware of. It was Halloween weekend here. And I learned, that this holiday is celebrated around the world. We talked a little bit about it on Friday. And on Friday, we invited in, hi, Alec. I missed you today on the welcome call, but great to see you here. I understand you attended prior. So in Halloween, right? So on Friday, we talked a little bit about the shadow part of it so that we can all kind of do this shadow work and look at it. We presented Mr. Magic as Chukwuemeka. I like that. I'll say hello in just a minute because I see I'm getting distracted by seeing all the faces. All right, just give a little bit of an entryway. So we talked a little bit about those energies like the yin and yang, the dark and the light, and how the dark sheds light on how the two energies together in tandem really allow us to see the light that is from inside. So that was the quote unquote heavy of the Friday. Today we'll make it a little bit lighter because as I went through this weekend of Halloween, I remembered that it really is about the joy of watching the kids dress up in the costumes and, just sharing the joy of, look, I can be this and I can be that and I can be anything that I want to be. And that, that energy is so exciting. And I think it's one to have a short discussion around because when we're little and someone looks at us and says, what do you want to be? We got the answer, right? It's like, oh, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a teacher. I want to be a fireman, or I want to be a princess, right? You asked my daughter, it's a princess. And I'll just share with you what a definition of a princess is for her. Being a princess means you have a dress that twirls. And that, you can see that Amber's like, yeah, I thought that was just so mind blowing, right? Because as we grow older, we suddenly have these ideas. Oh, wait, how much does a fireman make? And do I want that salary or not? Am I willing to put myself at risk? I'm just kind of pulling from my hat here. Well, if I want to be a princess, got to marry a prince or have to be born into it, right? So now we're starting to rationalize these ideas that once when we were kids and it was all fun and dress up, it was like that for us. There were no limits to what we wanted to be and who we wanted to become and how we're going to make it happen. We didn't limit ourselves. Well, if I want to be an astronaut, now I got to go train. And then we didn't go down that road. It was very simple and easy, and fun is the word that we're looking for here today. And I think that that's something that is really easily lost as we grow older. We start to rationalize, okay, well, now, I have a family of 6 and I need to feed everyone and I want to make sure they can go to college and I want to have cars and I want to live in a certain house. And so now we start to make choices based on, what number we want to have in our bank account. And that's all fine because we're not gonna stand here and pretend like it doesn't matter. It 100% matters, and that is an important thing to do and to set your life up so that you can have what it is that you want. But how are we dreaming now? This is where I want to have our conversation today. And what do your dreams look like? And are you even allowing yourselves to dream as big as you deserve? So if we go back to that child stepping out, or even if we think back on the weekend that we just had, how many of the adults dressed up? How many of the adults actually engaged? Me too. Me too. And how many engaged in the fun? Okay. How many engaged in the fun? If we would walk down the neighborhoods, because here, I've already vented my ideas about collecting candy from from neighbors. Doesn't excite me, but the fun thing is the interaction with the neighbors. And so seeing everybody puts out on their front lawn, their idea of how they interpretate the holidays. So they're sharing their vision, just like we share our vision with the world in our business. You're sharing your creativity with others. So these neighbors, they put it all out, they even invested money. I know the conversation in the beginning, Amber and Scott, was between, investing money in the business. You need to invest some money, okay? And you put it all out there on display. And for what? to excite others, to have fun, to celebrate together, to show that you're participating with life and with these, calendar events that mark something for all of us. And some of us choose to celebrate more, and some of us choose to celebrate in a less, or maybe in their own way, right? Because that was a discussion that we also had over the weekend. How are we participating? Anyway, so as you go down the roads, right, you have these, you would see even neighbors in a cul-de-sac just gather together, and they had a table there with food, and some of the people are projecting movies, and some of the people are doing barbecue, and some of the people are just sharing food, and all the people are dressed up. And so you see how different people choose to honor these moments in life. All right, we're again, I'm trying to kind of bring it into a broader vision of just this specific holiday, so that we can then look at how we are interacting with the things that are coming our way, with our life, and with this business even. So you'll have students, and I mentioned it briefly at the beginning of the call, because I had a welcome call just earlier, and it did kind of sit with me. And, on the welcome call comes a student who he considered himself, these are his words, I've fallen between the cracks, he said. And, just hearing that is like, okay, one moment. And so and then his challenges were the I'm sorry to say, but the simple ones, getting the product uploaded, right? Just completing that task, which so many of you have completed and done well. And so, of course, I offer the solutions and invite him here. I'm going to take another look and see if he made it. Yes, you made it. All right. There is help for you after this call. And so stay on. The students are willing to help you figure out how to get these tasks done, how to get the mugs uploaded, and how to complete the task. And that's what's so beautiful about this community. And when we do come together and put our efforts together, and I want to congratulate you for making it to this call, for making the effort and coming on and being willing now to be offered the help that the students want to offer you. So Scott and Amber are willing to stay here after this call and guide you through completing a product, making a mug, getting it uploaded, and getting it done. So I won't call you by name. I won't call you by name, but and join after this call. So it's going to be the exact same link. Join after this call. You have the help that you've been looking for. So this is exciting. Yay. And you see that we are moved by each other. We are affected. Now kind of pulling away from just that one interaction in the morning, coming back to this idea of our dreams. So I mentioned we are in the fourth quarter, and this is the time where our dreams, if they are, in numbers and in sales and that kind of thing, they can happen for us. It can happen for us now, but we have to have those buy buttons out there. We have to have the products uploaded. We can't just sit in our room. Oh, great, Zita. She needs the same help. Fantastic. Anybody that needs that help, it's happening right after this. I'll refer to it again at the end, because I know students join later. And so back to our dreaming. If we just kind of confine ourselves to this computer and the house that we've created for ourselves and what we have set up, and we don't take the time to acknowledge what is going on around us. So I gave the example of Halloween and everyone interacting. It would be for our business, understanding that we're in November and everyone is shopping, everyone is ready to buy, everyone is looking for the perfect idea or the best. Doesn't have to be the perfect. Get that word out of there. A suitable idea for their presents, for their gifts, and what they want to put in their stockings or ship over to loved ones that they don't have, close interaction with. And a mug is a fantastic gift that can, really brighten up someone's day. Scott said, how long does a mug last? It lasts for a while. I just broke one of my favorites, and it always gets you, and you're like, so now do I start gluing it back together, or just let it go on to a different kind of use. Anyhow, so this is where I want to direct our conversation. I want to direct our conversation to that sensation of that inner child, that feeling that we can do anything, that we can be an astronaut, we can be a princess, We don't have to marry a prince or be born until we can be a princess. Look how easily my daughter found the solution with a twirly skirt. That's it. That made you a princess. And, you know, it's like, can we allow ourselves to dream big? Are you stretching your own container and making sure that the message that you're sending out there, Scott mentioned the words, the message that you're sending out there is so super clear that no matter who would see you or meet you, they understand, they get it. You know what you're creating and where you're headed. And it's so crystal clear that even a child as young as, I don't know, let's give it an 8 number, a child as young as 8, and you explain it to them, they get it. That's the clarity that we want to create. And that's why we ask you every morning to spend some time really visualizing. And even we, you know, some of the books say, write out a declaration, read out that declaration every day so that every message, every idea is sent out and it's crystal clear. So I'm going to kind of wrap up and leave you with these questions of how are you, do you have that tapping into your inner child, that inner play, right? A lot of Halloween and these holidays are all about playfulness. Are you able to tap into that energy within you? Or are you rationalizing in your mind and trying to, okay, well, if I want to get here, then this and this and this needs to happen? Or are you allowing yourselves to dream big and to really get excited about it? These holidays, you know, what we see is all about the energetic sensation. It's the excitement. You know, you see these kids get ready to be dressed up and, you know, show the world their costume, and they want people to acknowledge them and know what they're dressed up as. And, you know, and it's just, and I mean, what are they gaining? If you think about it, it is that energetic exchange. It's not the candy. Come on, we can go out to the store and buy some candy, all right? That's not about that. It's about the affirmation. They walk up, oh, wow, this is what my children heard, right? Or my youngest, right? Oh, wow, you're such a beautiful princess. You look so nice. Oh, and she dressed up as Elsa. So you're Elsa from this and this. And I'm just giving one example. So it could be someone else. Oh, you're, you know, so-and-so from that place. And you get acknowledged. And it's like, wow, that is that energy, the friends running around and getting things done. Can we use the same energy of excitement, of thrill, of really wanting to participate in order to get our business launched off of the ground? You know, whatever you're thinking right now in your mind, you're right. You're right. So if you say you can't do it, you can't. And if you say you can do it, you can. And that's the tricky thing. You know, this has been proven time and time again in science, you know, to the smallest atom, and just shown that when a scientist enters the room and they think that this science is I lost the word, but you know, when you're performing a test, or there's a word for it, sorry, it's evading me, you know, this whatever they're trying to prove, whatever they think in their mind, that is going to be the outcome. If walks in another scientist and thinks it's going to be the opposite, that is going to be the outcome. That's how we affect our own reality. That is to the atomic level. That's the connectivity of all the particles. And what is true in a small micro environment is true also for us. So that's what I want to leave you here with today. And I'm super excited to see that more students have joined. I'm going to repeat the invitation of our wonderful members, Amber and Scott here, that are willing to join into this link, this Zoom link, the same link that you're in right now for everyone that's here. I'm going to end it. You come back into the link. Amber and Scott will be here to guide you step by step and show you how to create a product and get it uploaded. This is, you know what, if this is not like a beautiful manifestation of an ask, like this was the ask, can I have someone show me how to do it? Well, here it is. The students are offering it from the kindness of their heart. We are, you know, this has not been set up by the low-hanging system. This is just from the kindness of their heart, and they're willing to guide you through it. So anybody listening to this right now, as you've joined, please know that you just come back in after we end. I'd like to also take the opportunity to say hello, because I went right into it. So hello, Aliana, Alec, and Amber. Arlene and Carol and Catherine and Charissa and Claire and Daniel, Deborah. Oh, here's Deborah. Elias, great to see you. Denise is here, and Dorothy and Eddie Smalls. What's up, Eddie? Elizabeth and Gail and Jem and Gloria, and the two grandmas are here, Jamie and Joseph. Glad you can make it. Justin and Katrina and Christine. Liana's here, fantastic, and many other students. Michael, haven't seen you in so long. Ofer's here, great. Hey, Scott. And so, yeah, let's have this discussion. Let's hear from you. Maybe you want to share your childhood dreams. Maybe you want to share on your take on this, on how does it feel to dream big? Do you still have it in you? Do you feel these inner restrictions that you're creating on yourself? Anybody move to join in this conversation? I'd love to hear from you. I will say to any new members, this is a safe space to speak. There are never any wrong answers or anything like that. This is always, you're sharing from your personal experience, from your life, and we're here to help. Look how beautiful that just sorted itself out from a call in the morning, and here from the kindness of our students' heart, we have a solution for one of our students. So love to hear from you. Yes, Denise, great. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself to share. There we go.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
I just wanted to say one thing is I'm home from the hospital. I was on the call yesterday. I just let everyone know that I had been in the hospital for 2 weeks with COVID. So they released me yesterday. I'm home. I feel a little bit better, so it's good. I'm glad I can at least get up and do things. I also wanted to say that it is tough. We are our own worst enemies. I want so bad to be successful at this, and I work hard on it, and then I have this sorry, my computer is over here and I'm using my monitor anyway, so that's probably why I'm looking funny. Anyway, I want so bad to be successful at this, but then things happen. Like I was in the hospital for 2 weeks with COVID, and I could do nothing. I mean, like literally staying awake. I was sleeping the whole time. I mean, I couldn't even call my husband on the phone. That's how sick I was. And so then I'm home now, and I'm feeling better, and I'm discouraged, right? Because I missed almost 3 weeks of working on my stuff, and you can do a whole heck of a lot in 3 weeks, right? And so I get frustrated at myself. I get down on myself, and I feel like, okay, now, I'm such a failure. I'm not. I know I'm not a failure. I have done so many amazing things in my life that just proves that I am not a failure, right? But at this moment, I feel like I am. And so I love getting on these calls and listening to you and John talk, because you're so supportive and so helpful in helping me feel better about myself. I have, this is very, very personal, but my first marriage was 24 years and he was extremely physically abusive. And so I have some very severe self-esteem issues. And a lot of it has to do with what I can and can't accomplish, and where my value lies. Where is my value? Is my value, he taught me that my value was in my physical appearance and how I looked and what my body looked like and all of that stuff. And so for years and years and years, that's how I valued myself. However, I always worked. I always had a job. And in my positions, I would be promoted very quickly. And so I was always in positions of management and things like that. That's where my value lied, right? Because I mean, that helped me know that I am a valuable person and that I can accomplish things in life. And so doing this business, although I have very terrible insecurity issues, and bad self-esteem, when I am successful at doing things like this, I feel like I'm on top of the world. And so for me, failing in this is not an option, because if I failed in this, I would, I don't know what I would do. I would be a complete failure in everything, you know? So I'm probably rambling on. So, but anyway, I just wanted to thank you for just everything that you help us with, and all of the amazing instruction that you give us. And you're just brilliant and beautiful and wonderful. So thank you.
Yes, you're awesome. Thank you so much. It's really interesting listening to you, and I hope maybe you can have a chance to even listen back to the recording, because that is very enlightening. I listen often to classes that I teach, or my own recordings and things like that, because it's almost like you have these two sides, and you're, you know, in one end of it, you're saying all of the positive things, like, I know I'm successful, I know I can do this. And then it's like, okay, if I fail, and so it's like, and there's actually an old Cherokee, you know, quote or story that talks about, we have these two wolves inside of us, one that is evil and envy and jealousy and blah, all that. And then the one that is happiness, joy, and fear. And so you know, the grandfather is telling the story to his grandson, and the grandson asks, so which wolf will win? And the grandfather says, well, it's the one that you feed. And so it's almost like, right? So, you know, you already know, look at how brilliant and how much knowledge you have from your lifetime. You were able to say, you know, I have these things that happened to me along the way. They do not define me now, because you said they do not define me. I've already proved otherwise. I've shown, you know, myself and others that I am worthy, and that I'm great, and that I do things, and others appreciate me. So you have these testimonies in your lifetime that already show you that you are you know, are on the other end of that. But it really comes down to the one that you choose to feed today, right? Today.
Right.
So the 3 weeks,
Yeah.
they're gone. They're done with. And who knows? I mean, maybe in a year you'll say, wow, thank goodness that I was in the hospital for these three weeks, because this allowed me to, and I saw this. It's really difficult when we're going through, or maybe we should use a different word. You know, it's challenging to, in a situation where you're hurting, where you're in pain, where you're, you know, in the hospital, or something is happening, to try to flip it around and see the upside of that. It is pretty, you know, challenging to do that. Some people can. You know, I know that if I ever fall ill, it's like I feel almost like I've worked myself a lot, and I need this kind of downtime in the bed. I don't know if that could be similar to you or not, but whatever it is, I advise, or my 2 cents about that would be to just set that aside for a moment. We don't have to say, oh, why was I in the hospital? We don't have to deal with that, because we'll be able to have a different perspective down the road. It'll show itself, it'll shine. You know, now you have more immunity, and maybe you've had some experiences that will come your way. But now it's about today. So today is November 2nd. We're no longer in October. We're done with that. We've passed. And so on November 2nd, you can use today to upload 100 mugs.
Right.
You know, it could happen today. You could, out of those 100 mugs, you know, one mug will sell 100 times for you. And I remember you had shared some stories where you had like 40 sales or 4 sales. I remember that you didn't even have to deal with, like, you were gone from the business and it just happened for you. So why not manifest and bring that kind of energy into today? Because this is all we can do. You know, 3 weeks ago, they're past, they're done with. Here we are today, and you look wonderful, and it seems like you're healthy. So I'm really excited for that. And so now we can use the time. A day is 24 hours. You know, yes, we have to sleep, and we have to eat, and we have other things that we need to do, but how many mugs can we complete in a day? Wow. Yeah. So many. And it doesn't have to just be mugs. We can get one great idea and put it on, you know, 20 different items, and you have 20 from one idea. Get 5 ideas, bam, there you are. You know, so it's really like about not getting lost in the void of what was, what could have, what should have, you know, what didn't happen, but what is happening today, and grabbing that, you know, grabbing today and saying, today I'm going to do it. You know, all the rest, it's out of our control right now. So
yeah, you're so wonderful. Thank you.
So are you, Denise? Love hearing from you. We missed you. We definitely missed you when you were gone. Thanks. So really, really happy. And you can see all the comments coming in. Really happy that you made it and that you're feeling well.
Thanks, everyone. I'm happy to be back. Thank you so much for all your wonderful comments.
Thank you. Eddie, tell us about your inner child. I want to hear about it. What were you dreaming to be when you were young?
Hello, everybody. That's well. I, I don't know if I want to go there because that's
Right,
really
go wherever you want to
a
go.
talk. But I did have fun this weekend. I was on my job because I worked every weekend, and they just But anyway, they told us to put your favorite hat on, so I put my Pittsburgh Steeler hat on because I am a Pittsburgh Steeler, love them to death, and we won this weekend.
All
But
right.
Denise is calling me, so I have to say this.
All right.
Ma'am, I don't know you, but I'm just on, and you got transparent. I always get transparent. 2 days after Christmas, nearly a year ago, I had chills so much I was shivering at work, so I had to leave work, and I put myself in quarantine. My hands swelled up so big, they looked like you get a Playtex glove and just blow it up. My knees puffed up. I couldn't move out the bed. All this was swollen. I said, okay, this is COVID. I mean, I'm in a high environment where everybody's coming in all the time at Walmart. So it's always there. But I was already ahead of this disease forget. I wasn't waiting on the vaccine. I don't catch colds and I work in 41 to 32 degrees at Walmart. I don't catch colds. I've never had the flu. I've never taken those shots. I'm just saying this. I take care of my body. Now, ma'am, you say you wasted 2 weeks. No, you didn't. Trillions of cells were in your body keeping you on this planet. And there's something you did right. That's why you're still here. And this is you're really, and you're talking about self-esteem issues. Yes, I know about that. That's why I became manifest, man, because I had terrible self-esteem issues. Now, you talk about a marriage. Well, I wouldn't even get married. I have a son and a grandson that I have to reconnect with. That's one of the reasons why I'm getting in this business, because money was always an issue on both sides of my family. Both sides. I went out and sold little Coca-Cola bottles just to buy a comic book. A 12-cent comic book. I had to get 5 bottles, 3 cents a piece, 8 years old to get a comic book. And I'm just saying, I learned from those years looking at my people struggle, and they were struggling up here. You said you had terrible self-esteem issues. Well, that's probably how you think. But what you have is you're growing your self-esteem. I've had that, but it's had. That's past tense, and I'm moving on because at 65, I'm living the best life I could ever live. I had COVID. I felt it. I couldn't even get out the bed. I didn't call a doctor or anything. I said, Lord, well, guess what? I got some things I still want to do, so let's go ahead and do something about this. I asked my friend to get me, I know I'm running along here. I asked my friend to bring me some pomegranates, bananas, apples. I already had chicken soup. Believe me, chicken soup is a magic elixir, I promise you. And I went and got lemons. I drank dandelion tea. And I put all that in there because all those are powerful antioxidants. You have trillions of cells in your body. That's why I grow my hair, because my body is alive. I keep my nails cut because I'm in the food business, but I'm saying to you, you are thriving, ma'am. Those 2 weeks you had a chance to sit there and think about all these things that you're mad about maybe, and now you're going, wait a minute, these are reasons I ought to live. The things you don't want, what you do is you write them all down. This is what I don't want. And what's left over is what you do want. So it's helping you. You look at all this stuff, I don't want this, I didn't like that, I don't, okay, now that's over with. What is left? What's left are your real dreams. And I'm listening at Karen here talking about she's running 5 businesses. I'm going, how the heck is she doing that? That's exciting me. I'm just trying to find a way to know. So I'm saying all this excited, but I came and I decided I was going to live. It's a choice. And I decided, and by the time I got my diagnosis, all that information was gone. And the nurse asked me, sir, how you feeling? I say, I feel alive. She said, are you coughing? I said, well, I done coughed everything I had up. Say, well, do you need to take any ibuprofen? And I said, well, no, I'd already take, sweet potato was one of the other things I ate. That's an anti-inflammatory. And it went away because your body has the power to heal if you do what you need to do for it. It'll take care of it. 14 days went by, I did the quarantine. I go back to work and I get there and then they said, "Oh, Eddie, you back." Well, I said, "I plan to be back, but how y'all doing?" They said, "Okay, well, we're shutting down this Walmart. You're going to go to another one. So go ahead and get to work." I said, "Okay." Went right back to it. But all I'm saying to you is you have been given a gift, because there's a lot of people that didn't get that gift. We know that. We don't want to talk about that. You have given your gift of life. That's enough to catapult you where you need to go now. Because I'm excited hearing your story. All you did was saying, "Well, I have this terrible esteem problem." Well, no, you imagining what you can be. That's what's happening. You saying, "I could be doing so-and-so." Well, you can. All self-esteem is you're saying the wrong things about who you are. Say the right things, because I'm looking at that lovely face, that you sitting in that nice environment and you smiling and everything. I don't see no puffiness all around your neck like you'd have been on disease. You didn't tell us you had a disease. We'd never known. You excited. Be excited, because see, look how handsome I am. And I was all puffed up and swollen, looking like one of them creatures that had in Walmart walking around acting like a Halloween monster. But I got past all that and I said, "Ooh, you look good." Oh man, it's so good to be back. And it's so good to have you back. It's so wonderful. Be blessed. This is your opportunity to fly. So go ahead and do it. Thank you, Karen, for this opportunity. I was not going to talk, but you had to see it. I had to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always wonderful to hear what you have to say. Wonderful. Anybody else want to share? We're bringing it back home from all of these personal shares into, like, the inner child, the dreaming. Are you dreaming big enough? What are you setting up for this fourth quarter? If anyone wants to share on that, we have a couple extra moments. If not, we will see you here tomorrow. We're super excited. John is back with us. Here we go. Scott, let's hear from you. There's Mike.
I want to go with what Eddie was getting on there too, because it's all that whole thing about, and I thought you brought it up really cool, was the fact that, because I was presented with this when I was younger. I was like, so I can be whatever I want to be.
Yeah.
And the gentleman goes, "Well, of course you can. You didn't know that?" I went, and I was still perplexed by it. Even after he said it to me, I'm really, really perplexed by about what I can be. And what I was trying to be was a salesman, and I didn't know that I was trying to be a salesman, but he didn't want to say that's what I was trying to be. He was letting me hear what I thought I was trying to be, and he was trying to influence me that I can be whatever I want to be. And I'm like, oh. So later on, though, I started to realize other things too, that, well, you can be whatever you want to be, but you got to learn a little bit about it, and then you immerse yourself to find out, oh, there's a lot to learn about it. And then you find out what it is to be what it is you really want to be.
Nice, Scott. Nice, Scott. If we can take that into our business, right? We want to have a business. We want to have this opportunity, this business that runs itself. And we have Rachel to learn from. We have, you are offering your expertise to anyone that wants to join, Amber as well. We have, where to gather the knowledge. And then, all right, now are we willing to take the next step is what you're saying. So, are we willing to walk the walk? Are, not just talk the talk? And that's what you're saying. So maybe we make that choice, and you didn't want to be a salesperson. Okay. You didn't want to walk that walk and do that. But I mean, you are in sales, Scott. Believe it or not, you're in sales. So you are a salesperson. You might not be leading the life of that door-to-door suitcase carrying, you know what I mean? Like that kind of image, which is just what I was referring to when I shared my daughter's interpretation of what a princess is. It can look a little bit different. That's the magic of allowing the universe to transform things for us, because sometimes things come at us in an angle that we never thought possible. But here you are a salesperson, you're in this business, you're making money, and now let's just double it, triple it, quadruple it, right? Moving forward, you're even a teacher now. You're willing to teach others what you've learned from Rachel and pass on this knowledge. So that means you're a top salesperson, not just a salesperson. So isn't it interesting, right? We can look at it at different angles.
Well, yeah. And we could also look at it too, like I am still living the dream of what I want to become and what I want to be. Because to be honest with you and with everybody else, when you say I'm making money, no, I am not. And to say that, am I looking forward to making money? Yes, I am. Will I make that money? Yes, I'm going to do that. What's it going to take? Whatever it takes.
All right. All
And
right.
so my honesty to everybody is, no, I'm not making the money. You're going to come and listen to me and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. You going to believe me? Really? That's the honesty here, guys. So I'm just trying to be honest with everybody too, that, yeah, am I learning? Yeah, that's what I'm here about doing too. Am I the expert? No. Am I learning from the experts? Yes, I am.
There you go.
With much gratitude. And that's what I'm here about, you know?
Are still figuring out the basic steps is what I'm referring to, right? They're still figuring out just the how to get the mug uploaded, how to integrate the system. Like those things you can show how to do.
I am being very successful at doing that.
There you go. That's it. That's what I was referring to. Fantastic. Thank you. And the word, by the way, for those who are following that I was looking for is experiment. That was the word that was evading me. Science experiment. You know, as the scientists are doing an experiment. I can't believe it didn't come out, but that was the word I was looking for. Michael, we've missed you, man. Where you been?
Well, like Denise.
You what?
I says like, I guess you can't hear me. Hold on.
Hard to hear you. Hard to hear you. Sounds like you're far, far away. Got a haircut since we've seen you last.
Yeah.
There we
So
go.
I said, like Denise, I was COVID-sized.
Oh,
I got the vaccine, and every time I do, I'm down for a good week. So I was planning and doing things and getting other stuff happening. Yeah, that's the reason I was kind of away from things, because my sleeping schedule was all out of control. However, during that time, I got a lot accomplished. That was kind of cool. And I was going to piggyback on what you and Scott had said about being a salesman. We are a salesman from the day we're born. People don't understand that and realize that sometimes. It's the act of getting something that we want. And we all know as babies, as soon as we want something, we ask for it in different ways. The other thing I was going to say was, as far as the program's going, I'm going to say I hit the 300 club. I set a goal for October 31st to have 300 listings up, and I hit my mark on the 31st. And I was like, oh, and I made one sale. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but boy, when you look at it, it's like, wow, someone likes that. It's pretty cool. And in the grand scheme of things, it's only a drop in the water. However, it's up from 0. So things are moving in the right direction. And it's kind of cool to say, okay, hey, guess what? You know, that may have only been a $20 mug, but now that $20 goes towards my Etsy ads or my Amazon stuff or whatever I'm doing. And I just need to get X number to make sure that I'm not paying for anything out of pocket anymore. So it's exciting to see that it's starting to come up. And the weirdest thing, it was like one of the first mugs I ever made. And I'm like, it was like, that one? That one? Really? It was the one that said, I said, that's good. An ice hot cup of steaming Democrat tears. Listen, I like Scott. I'm not the expert in this area. I like helping people. I'll see if I can jump on after the call as well. You know what? It's not about being an expert in any of this kind of stuff. It's the willingness to help other people. And again, a big shout out to Missy if you're there. I don't know if she's there today. I can't see with all the pictures, but she really helped me out of a bind of something that I thought I had changed everything to make it work, but the thing I changed it to was the thing that made it wrong. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Now I know that part. So again, a lot of this is constantly improving what we've already done. It's like, okay, one more step to refine the ads. I'm using something called Marmalade. Maybe you guys heard about this. It grades your ads from A to like F. I had a lot of ads that were F, and I went through it, and I all turned them into either B pluses or Bs or even A minuses just by following their advice. So again, not sure if it's going to make like bags of cash, but according to Helen, it helped her a lot, and it is helping me understand how the algorithms work and how the SEO works. So if anyone's interested in that part or even the E-rank, it's worth the $15. Like even for a month, if you got the money, check it out for the month to understand what it is. Someone says the name is called Marmalade. Actually, what I'll do, I'll put it
All
in
right,
the
let's
chat.
keep all of that. Let's keep all of that for the call right after this so that we
Okay,
don't.
get on the call after that, you people.
Anybody that has how-to questions, we have lots of students that are eager to share. Thank you, Michael, for sharing your
And
success.
I didn't get to dress up this year. I'm very upset about that. I'll have to dress up twice next year.
Next year, exactly. That's what we have. And that, you know what, I like how you presented, you said, there's always another chance. There's always another opportunity. I'm refining, I'm getting better. I'm getting clearer. I'm using all these tools to really highlight what it is that I'm doing right. And maybe, throw away the things that I'm not doing great. And that is exactly what is beautiful about life. It's not a one go and done. It's not. We always get an extra chance, another try. All right, didn't work right this time. Let's come at it another time and go right there. Okay, let's get another opportunity on board. And that's exciting, right? If every night was opening night, it wouldn't look as pretty. But here we are, and we have students that are willing, from the kindness of their heart, to share their expertise and expertise from where they are right now. Nobody's standing on this tall mountain going, hey, how many did you have? Rachel's the goddess in that. We already know she made her money, and we already know that we're learning from her, and we have all the videos, and we've all joined and we've all paid for it. That's great. But now we have students from the kindness and the goodness of their heart that are willing to share the things that are working for them with you. So anyone that is interested, join after this call. It was great to gather with y'all here. I'm happy to hear all these different ideas and everything you're going through. And I'm very, very blessed to be part of this community. So thank you all for joining. We got the wonderful.
Hello.
Yeah, Chukwuemeka. Yes.
Hello, hi, Michael.
Yeah.
You're so upset. I think you should dress up on Thursday and Friday this week.
Yes.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go. Make it up.
I'll have to look around and find out what I got. I like that. I like that. Thank you.
You've got the call after this. Chukwuemeka, if you want to join after and talk with the students, come on up. We have this.
I'm always there.
I'm going to end the call right now. John Lavinia is here with you tomorrow. The wonderful John Lavinia is back, and I will be here with you on Thursday. Have a good day, everyone. Be sure to come back.
Bye.
God bless.
Thanks, Karen.